Today I have a post for the NBA 2K Reddit. Devs, I'll know you'll view this. It's the biggest problem with playing solo rec. It's even less tolerable than playing with randoms. Fix your matchmaker. Such an easy quality of life fix. Just allow players to pick wherever they like their build to play a secondary position or not. For the love of God, can you just put people's position in the waiting locker room? Alright, I'm going to kind of summarize what he's dealing with because I deal with it often playing NBA 2K. It's as simple as this. You're a point guard, you have a 70 shooting guard, you have a 71 pass accuracy, and you get queued up as a point guard. Everyone is frustrated at you because you are not a point guard, but guess what? You never wanted to be a point guard. You wanted to be a shooting guard, and now you in here having to deal with, well, man children and actual children saying you're a trash PG when you're a shooting guard. It's a tough situation to be in, especially if you wanted to do very well in that game, like most of us want to do. Now, his solutions, they are what they are. Ditching the locker room waiting screen. Also, another thing, centers. Oh, yeah, this is a big one. Power forwards being centers. Like, you make this KD build, and you're like, man, this would be good. Maybe a Kawhi Leonard, because, a lot of power forwards these days are on the shorter side. Maybe a Braun, who switched to power forward. You also are considered a big man, so you may be a 6'7" power forward and be considered the worst center of all time because well, there you go. Look at this. I recorded data as how many times my builds get put at the position in solo rec. Wow, he collected data, dude. A small forward being at power forward. I would say the only solution for this is to make a build. This is just a temporary fix, and you might already have your build. And don't play solo rec. Just play with a team. If you can't do that, make sure your build can rebound, pass, play just position as basketball. And if you're like a power forward, and knowing you're having an undersized center, by the way, you're a power forward, your build should have rebound. Please go down there and just go rebound the ball. People are not missing that much, even in solo rec anyway, especially at the higher levels. So just go down there and go grab the board, man. Go box out, go crash. I think all forwards this year should crash. I think you just need two guards. Maybe the small forward can, fill that role in fast break situations, like launch towards the corners. But usually the center picks up the ball and either launch the ball towards either corner. By the way, your center should have decent pass act, and they just shoot that three. So the small forward being actually every position should have decent pass act so they can launch the ball to the guards in the corners. I see a lot of power forwards going out on the break. I see a lot of centers out on the break. I think that's just not the right way to be playing that particular brand of basketball because solo rec is like a open run almost. So it's even more important that you stay in the parameters of your position, and like a forward should be rebounding the ball, like even a small one. Like Braun was a small forward for years, getting 8 rebounds, 5 rebounds. I know the game's 5-minute quarters, you can get 2 rebounds just with you need at least a half rebound chaser, and you can still get the perimeter stats and the ball handle, because what they did this year is in the builder, you 6'8". Is it 6'8"? Yeah, you 6'8". Your playmaking is like cap breakered out like so easily this year. So they really want you to put a lot of your stats in the defense and then cap breaker your ball handling and speed with ball and that stuff later. By the way, you want your point guard to be doing most of that stuff, but we all want to be Like you, when you think small forward, you thinking Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard. You know what I mean? Like you thinking people who can put the ball in the basket, Paul George. Like so, yeah. I don't really blame people for having that thought process. I think 2K is doing a bad job. This guy's solutions. Let's go over them. Just allow players to pick wherever they like to play a secondary position or not. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not putting that much stock in his his stuff right here. It's simply because 2K has treated the rec center, like a redheaded stepchild, and people still come and play it. So to me, I think rec is this super played mode, but the way 2K treats it, I don't think it is. Even though I don't have the numbers right in front of me and stuff, like the way they just like act like this thing doesn't exist half the time is you know, I think they treat Park better. I think he's one of those situations is they have so many game modes. These problems with the rec center have always persisted. Like what this guy's talking about, people have suggested these solutions for before. 2K has a very limited time allocation because they release the game every year. So you could tell what they put time into or not, like, during the development. Because, they still got people like, are they making the next game right now? I don't, I don't know these type of things. So I'm saying it's just probably not gonna get fixed. So I would just make your builds with rebound, with pass act, like you could be the center for a possession. Because that's how basketball is sometimes. Sometimes, you're 6'11", especially if people don't understand like the center guard's corner so he can crash the board easier. Like whoever's in the corner. You probably don't want them in pick and roll situations, but you can't really communicate that in random rec. Most people want to communicate they want the ball. So yeah, not the best. So yeah, I don't think they're fixing this. Maybe next year. That's tough.